Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first MCP hackathon. My name is Orlando. Everybody can call me Orly, and I'm joined today by Mike, who's representing Pulse MCP. And we're partnering up to create a weekend long hackathon with incredible prizes. And we just wanted to kick off this hackathon, kind of get to meet you guys, talk a little bit about the prizes, the rules, and of course about why we're doing this. So I'll do a short intro about myself, and then Mike is going to do the same. So my name is Orlando. If you like the long name, all my friends call me Orly. And basically, I'm the CTO and co-founder at Toolhouse. Well, the reason why I'm really excited about MCP, as probably many of you are, is the fact that it's truly a new concept in the agentic world, in the AI world, to enable developers like yourselves to create really cool AI-enabled interaction between agents or many other platform. Sorry, what would you call them? I guess yeah, systems. I think systems is a better word. And so at Toolhouse, what we do is we create tools that enable agents to perform their duties, and we're thinking about how MCP is going to change this the world of AI agents. We're extremely excited to be here with Pulse MCP, who have been spearheading the I guess the aggregation of MCP servers and clients, and most recently, I would say use cases, because it's cool to develop your own MCP server or MCP client, but who should use it and how should you use it? I think that's the key to the success of MCP. And so, mega disclaimer: uh, Toolhouse is not affiliated with Anthropic, although we do go by the same code of conduct rules. So be nice to each other. Do not, talk about weird things. And I can share the code of conduct in the chat, um, basically after Mike does the intro. So I'll just pass it over to you, Mike.
Thanks. I'm gonna need details on what weird things are, so I can watch myself. So hey everyone, excited for the turnout. Like Orly said, I'm one of the three folks behind Pulse MCP. If you haven't yet, you should go check out pulsemcp.com. It's a free community resource where you can discover new servers, clients, and like Orly said, we just launched use cases so we can start to see how people are actually put these in action and help generate additional ideas for how you can use them. We have a weekly newsletter as well, intended to keep you up to date on all things Pulse MCP that's growing fast. So please let us know if you should definitely sign up for it, but also let us know if you ever have something really cool that you think we should feature. Excited to see what everyone builds this weekend, and please reach out on Discord if you need a hand with anything.
Awesome. All right. So now we're going to talk a little bit about why you should, join the hackathon and what we're looking forward to see from the participants. Um, let's start with, I just posted a code of conduct into the Discord, and I'm also going to post it here. And I see a lot of people are asking questions in the chat, which we will answer in just a minute. So what should you build and how do you win prizes? I think that's what everybody wants to know. So I'll just jump straight into it. So what should you build? Well, anything you want, as long as it has to do with the MCP world. You could build a server, you could build a client, you could build maybe something else, maybe like a gateway. Some people are talking about gateways. And MCP is a beautiful world because it's fully open source. So if you go to the GitHub for Model Context Protocol, if you haven't already, you can learn a lot about what happens in the world of MCP. Also, you can look at the roadmap to see what kind of new features are coming in down the pipeline this year. And Anthropic has been very open and very transparent with what they're building, so that people like us in the community building on top of MCP can kind of have an idea of what's coming and how you can leverage what's coming and what's already available so you can use it today. So one of the things that we're really excited about is authentication, and then servers that will eventually be able to be run server side, as we've seen through the addition also in recent months of Docker containers, Docker Composer, or Docker specification files, right? And so basically that's it. So should we go into more details about what to expect in terms of project, Mike? What do you think? I know we have a list. You're muted, Mike. Sorry.
Thank you for that. And yes, I think if you want to take us through that, I think that's a good move.
All righty. Let me pull it up. But like I said, we thought about like some major tracks. These are just guidelines. So you could build a server. You could build a new server that does something that nobody else has built before. A good way, or maybe, one step back. You can also build a server that already exists and you just build a new version of it. Now, I suggest you build something that's better than what's existing. And one really great platform to see what exists out there is Pulse MCP, right? So if you go on their website, pulsemcp.com, and I think I can actually share this with y'all as I do it. Here we go.
I can drop a use case link in the Discord as well.
That would be amazing. So I'm sharing. Here we go. Now you can see my screen here. You can go to servers, and then you can type something. So for example, Cloudflare, imagine you want to build a new server that uses Cloudflare. Oh, well, guess what? There are already some servers here, and there are also a use case section where there are already a list of use cases that the fine folks at Pulse MCP have put together with the contribution of the community. So now if you want to build a new Cloudflare server, go for it, but be aware that there are already apparently 8 other Cloudflare-related servers. And so when judging comes, right, when we need to pick winners, if you build something that already exists or is like inferior to Cloudflare that's already out there, then maybe it's not the best idea, right? So think about that. So do you want to talk a little bit about use cases, Mike? And because that's the second thing people can build, right? Use cases here.
Yeah, I think, when Orly and I were talking about really the approach to, what kind of the parameters are and how we would want to go about judging this, we talked about, what he touched on so far in that, hey, you're either working with an existing server to establish a new type of use case, which I think would be very interesting. There's a lot of great servers already out there and they can do great things, but we actually don't see them inside of people's day-to-day workflows. So I think that can be really helpful. But hey, anything in the MCP world that you think would be cool, server, client, or use case, really is what should be in bounds. I didn't know if you wanted me to touch on anything more of what you see on the Pulse side, or Lee, but why don't you click into one real quick so you can get a sense of, like what you can see in there. Why don't you take that remove background from image one right there that Tatis built. Yeah, just a quick example here. And like, even you can click in that video if you want to see how it works quickly in a short video. It's just kind of like, what Orly touched on in the beginning is one of the things we're so excited about just with MCP in general. Yes, a lot of these things you were able to do prior to MCP, but now that there is a standard way to do them that can be shared with the community that everyone can hack on, the one he's reviewing right now was, hey, Claude cannot generate images out of the box. But if you add this stability MCP server that actually one of the Pulse folks built, suddenly it can. And so I think it's, we're just interested in seeing what people come up with. I mean, a good example that's buried in there somewhere is the other individual, Ravina, that runs Pulse with myself and Tatis, pulled down a flights API tracker so that now you could interact with Claude and ask it how you could, you could help you book a flight or help you find the best flight for you. And so these are the types of things, at least from my view.
Shout out to Ravina, the jet setter who's flying left and right, and so built a very useful server for anyone who's a jet setter as well. So that's awesome. I think that kind of covers the use case kind of track, so to speak. And then the last one, I would say it's MCP clients. Do you want to touch a little bit about MCP clients and why do you think that's important, or I can go for it?
Let me hear what you have to say and I'll add to it.
Yeah, for sure. So MCP clients are kind of like how humans, right, interact with MCP. So as you can see from this quite extensive list, there are MCP clients that you can already use today. However, as you can see, there are way less MCP clients than actually there are servers. So maybe in your world, maybe you're a mobile developer, maybe you're something else, I don't know. You might have a use case where a client makes a lot of sense and no one has built it. So this is a great time to build MCP clients, right? Um, yeah, that's kind of like where I was going with this, Mike.
Yeah, I think I like that. But one thing I would add to it is a few that I could just call out. I mean, hey, I had, full disclosure, I haven't used all of these. I've used many of them.
Hmm.
Goose from Block is a very interesting one to check out if you haven't. Both Windsurf IDE as well as Cursor, I think, were pretty quick to the MCP world. So, like, for example, when I'm running in Cursor, I can pull in a Postgres MCP and start, now has access to my database, which is something, you wouldn't have otherwise. Another one on there, I think, worth checking out that just kind of like gives you a good sense of like what you could do is, Sage is a really nice looking kind of local MCP chat client, similar to Claude, except when you think about Claude, right, it doesn't, you're bound by limits and things of that nature. With Sage, you can put in your API key and you won't hit limits for Claude. You can see how they've started to implement MCP servers in a different way than Claude Chat or the Claude client does now. And so some of those are worth checking out, but there's all sorts of them up there, as Orly mentioned, to sift through.
Correct. That's awesome. I think that covers use cases. Sorry, we covered servers, we covered clients, and before that, we covered use cases. Another thing that you can do if you're potentially, not super up to date, and this is just an idea for someone, whoever wants to pick it up, you could build like maybe like a platform, like a simple website that has a lot of like content to learn more about MCP, uh, in maybe a different format from what's already available out there. So think about how could you democratize the adoption of MCP? Can you come up with a new way, maybe through cartoons or something more creative? So basically, what I'm trying to say is like, don't just be, focusing on just coding, because coding is amazing, and especially today with all the tools we have. But there are other things that the MCP ecosystem could, what's the word here I'm trying to look, like would help with the distribution and the democratization of MCP. So like that's just food for thought, right? Like maybe you're making like a series of tutorials and they're really well polished and well done and truly help people understand more why MCP is so important in today's world of agentic systems and AI and all these cool, amazing AI-powered tools. Okay, I'll stop here sharing my screen and go back to just listening and watching questions in both YouTube, X, and Discord. Unless, Mike, you want to add anything else?
Nope, I'm also going question hunting as well.
Okay. So I see people are like asking, hey, what are you going to build? And some good ideas here and there, support for Goose. That's awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to check on Discord at the same time. Uh-oh. Oh, interesting. All right. Awesome. Okay, so while we look for like questions or potentially other types of people might be confused about something, I think I want to talk a little bit more about how the hackathon is gonna kind of like the milestones that we have, right? So we're basically starting, like now, like you can start coding right away. There's going to be 3 prizes: first place, second place, and third place. And of course, we're gonna recap this into an email after the live stream ends. We're going to award $500 to the first place, $300 to the second place, and then $200 to the third place. We're going to award it through Visa compatible prepaid credit cards, if that makes sense. So you can spend the money in whatever you want, anywhere pretty much in the world. If you happen to be in a country where Visa is not supported, we have alternatives. So we can talk to you if you're a winner and you basically don't happen to have a visa like processor available in your country, which I know happens. In terms of like live streams between now and the end of the hackathon, it's going to be there's going to be one tomorrow, and then there's going to be one Sunday. Those are extremely optional. It's just to kind of regroup people in case they're like stuck, in case they're they just want to show off what they've done so far. And those are going to be very community driven, which means we're going to basically live stream it inside of Discord, and we can get people to like show their screen or just like join and talk, etc., etc. The times for those live streams are TBD, because we need to figure out who's participating to the hackathon today and tomorrow, and understanding kind of like the time zones that everyone's in. And then the really important date is Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So like San Francisco time zone, everybody has to submit their projects. And there is actually a link, which I will paste somewhere here. See if I can do that. There you go. You should be able to see it. Submit your hackathon projects at https mcp.toolhouse.ai. And I don't know why I made that uppercase, but it should work either way. So hopefully it does. It should be lowercase mcp. Inside of the form, there's one typo which I'm going to fix. Thanks, Lumi, for pointing that out earlier in Discord. And we basically want to make sure that everybody submits by 3 p.m. Pacific time. And then at 5 p.m. Pacific time on Monday. So all of these are, Monday. So Monday, March 1st in the US at least. We'll go and basically reveal who won. So it will take us about 2 hours to review all the submission and pick winners. And then at, like I said, 5 p.m. Pacific time, mega stream, the end of the hackathon, award the winners, et cetera, and we'll have a party. Are there other questions here? Let's see. Okay, there's questions here. Do the project have to be an open source? I would say the project does not have to be open source, but you need to be willing to share the code with us so we can review that you're actually building this in the hackathon time, rather than kind of like you probably built it for the last month, right? I don't know. So that's kind of why it's encouraged to submit your GitHub repo so we can go and do some detective work, right? And look at the code. Other questions here. Anyone from the EU time zone looking to explore combining privacy? Okay, yep, join Discord. There's a hackathon channel, and that's going to be how we're going to try to get people into teams and collaborate. If people are like left alone, we don't want anybody to be left alone unless they want to be left alone. Alex said, I think YouTube, okay, I have a link for the MCP framework docs page that has an implementation of out-of-the-box auth. It's open source, so you can take, okay, great. Drop that in Discord, and people can use it. And then the team name will take an hour of hackathon time to decide on. That's usually the case. Team names, project names, always take forever. UI, right? I've been to maybe 100 plus hackathons in my lifetime. I've started when I was 23, and now I'm 36 years old. So I've been to a lot of hackathons. The way that you should structure your time is think of what you want to build first, jot it down on a piece of paper, write a note of the features you want to have, then go and build them. And then don't worry too much about what it looks like. The UI can always be done and handled by Cursor after the hackathon. If you wanted to maybe put it on Hacker News or Reddit, don't worry. For the hackathon, just come up with the idea and try to show what the idea solves, right? That's the most important thing, because everybody wants to be like, I have this problem. This is a great hack. I want to use it in my day-to-day time. So if you think in that way, you're going to be like thumbs ups. Make sure you play the score from the social network while you're building.
Always do.
All right, do that. I actually don't know what that is, so I'm going to look it up in a minute.
Oh, Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross.
Oops.
Check it out.
Check it out. All right, let's see. Hunting for more questions here. I see a lot of people introducing themselves. And then, all right. Yeah, we'll send some emails throughout the weekend. So Those are basically to like alert you, hey, maybe there's a live stream happening in the next 3 hours. If you want to join it, optional. And then of course I'll send a recap of the rules, which are very loose. Again, MCP related. Keep it PG-13. Like, don't make weird hacks where they use like adult stuff, right? Like we don't want to associate with like illegal content if possible. Well, no, definitely not if possible. Please do not do that. Um, New question: when will MCP remote host support be done? Great question. It's in the pipeline for Anthropic, and it's in their hands. But we're very excited to see it coming down the line.
It's a priority for them, though. We've been collaborating with them on some things, and it's clear they're focused on that.
That's right. If anybody has any questions, please join the Discord. We're me, Mike, Ravina,
Yep.
Tadas, which we're basically the hackathon supervising group, so to speak. We're going to answer any question we can, both technical, if we know it, and non-technical, of course. And then there are other members in the Discord who are super helpful. There's a user that goes by Bad Bummer,
Yeah.
aka Secretive Shell, aka Terminal Man. I'm not gonna reveal his name. He can, or they can do it for them if they want. But super helpful. There are also Homan or Human, spelled Homan on Discord. Super helpful person to chat with. And then yeah, like I said, the four of us from both Toolhouse and Pulse MCP.
Yeah. Shoot us a DM or just mention us, and we'll be monitoring it throughout.
Okay. I see there are no more questions, so it's time to start hacking, I guess. And yeah, join the Discord channel. It's #hackathon, the channel for the hackathon. But I will be posting in general because some people have said they can't see the channel, which is, I don't know. Maybe I need to hire a Discord moderator person to fix my channel permissions. So obviously that's not great.
Orly, drop the invite to the hackathon channel in the general thread. I think I needed that from you too before it would show up.
The what invite? Sorry.
I think if you link to the hackathon like channel in the general channel,
Okay.
that's that's how I
Yeah.
found it.
All right. I'm just gonna do an @ here. I know it's gonna upset some people. Yeah. Happy hacking. We're happy to help you with ideas / teams in there. If you have any questions, again, like Mike said, DM us or just ask in public. Feel free to like create your group DMs if you decided to hack with other people as a group. And I will also link in the email that I will send out after this how to submit. Again, just a reminder. And then we'll see you sometime later. So hopefully,
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck from me at Toolhouse, Mike at Pulse MCP. We wish you all the best for this hackathon. Let's make it great, and let's have fun, and let's learn something that we can hopefully share with the wider community. And also, I know for a fact that we will be posting the winners on Reddit, so it will be also like amplified since we have the blessings from the Reddit mods of some of the subreddits. All right. How many teams are there? We don't actually know. Make as many teams as you want. There's no limit. Just submit by 3 p.m. Pacific on Monday. Again, I'll send an email with the specifics. All right.
Thanks for joining, everyone. Can't
Thank you
wait to
so
see what you
much.
build.
Hope you enjoyed our last 27 minutes. And so on this note, I'll end the stream. Bye.
See y'all. Good luck.